It is a freaking oven in here. I gotta start parking in the gosh dang shade. But this, so this lift is gonna be posted the same day that it was recorded. So that's why it's a little bit of a later upload. Because yesterday was a total rest day. I got hit with that second day delay onset muscle soreness, right? That DOMS, as some of you might refer to it, right? So it's like oh my goodness, yeah, I'm sitting, I'm just sitting down, like my chest was just thrashed, right? Like in a good way, but enough where I think it warranted giving myself a 24-hour period of pure recuperation, right? And that recovery was fueled by a variety of protein sources mixed with white rice and some buffalo, like kind of creamy sauce. So one of the meals is two tins of tuna. One was just half a pound of ground beef. One was just some egg whites on the side. Pretty much every protein source I can get my hands on, I'm good with, right? No, like, I guess I never really hear anybody say they have adverse reactions to like eggs or fish or anything else. But for the most part, that's kind of what all the protein ends up being, right? Just some kind of freaking meat, man. Or eggs. Those are pretty much your best bet. Like, in terms of a grading scale, not scientific, but like subjective on my end, you're looking at A+ grade protein. If the thing moves, that's pretty much perfect. Or if it, well, I don't know, what is it? If it clucks. If it moves or if it clucks, you're pretty much fucking golden. Or, you know, if it splashes like any kind of fish. But those are all up there in the A+ S tier kind of level. You know, I'm talking fish, salmon, tuna, whitefish, whatever. Maybe not tilapia. You know, the gist is it's kind of just like fed a bunch of just straight waste products. And like it digests it turns into protein, whatever. But the quality is kind of arguable, right? But anything like that, that's S tier. That's pretty dang perfect. And then it starts to kind of degrade over time, right? I mean, I haven't really been doing much protein drinks or shakes or anything else. Half because I think I'm just not really meant to eat a ton of straight dairy products, right? Cheese might be a little different, but like, you know, anything, all the whey isolate for me at least, unless it's like something straight, like the pure isolate, or I can't even tell you what exactly, but I feel like it just kind of messes with me, right? So unless, yeah, I mean, it's your best bet. If you're the guy who really just has to chow down and you've got a hard time putting size on and you just can't eat enough food to, like, you know, keep gaining weight, then it might be in your best interest to get some shakes in there. You know, have one in between meals. So let's say you eat lunch before you come home and eat dinner, have a shake. You eat breakfast before you go eat lunch, have a shake, you know, something like that. Maybe throw some instant oatmeal packs in there too, just as an extra carb source. But for the most part, I mean, I say if you can stomach it. Of course you should be able to stomach eating a gram of protein per however many pounds you weigh. And if you can get that in primarily just animal products, I think that is your best bet. But plan for arms tonight, or I guess more so this evening. Wreck them as hard as possible, right? I had an extra day's rest too, so I should be extra spry, and I should be able to take the intensity to a level which hopefully it's new ground. I guess that's all I'm trying to get at. But geez, even with the AC freaking maxed out, the sun is already getting me sweaty. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this arm day, my whole gray pump cover shirt is just totally drenched. But I guess that's just something we're gonna have to find out. So let's get in there. Heavy crossbody extensions, kind of like a damn Zorro looking 1,000-pound whatever. Should be perfect. And honestly, usually I do like 20s or like maybe 30s, but right now 40s feel good. I can tell that day of rest yesterday has kind of added up. So let's go nuts. All right. Okay. Oh. Whew. One more. Okay. Oh, that's too heavy. That was good though. Let's do one more with, well, should I do the same movement lighter or just a new movement heavier? I'll think about it. Okay. Oh my God. Holy crap. What would you do next? Because honestly, let me think about it. I think I might have an idea. It's been a while since I've done skull crushers. Actually, is this a French press? Because I'm doing an incline. Either way, this is kind of my preferred method. Okay. Oh goodness. Let's just do one set of those. That's it's a little hard on the elbows. But let's do some overhead cable next. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let's do some dips soon. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's enough, I think. I'm warm. My elbows feel very strong. So I think let's finish with a nasty ass heavy set. So by heavy, if you have a cable attachment like this and you're spoiled enough to be moving the regular stacks reasonably well, just put the two cables together and then do a double stack set. But I'll just go as nuts as possible. No. Oh my God, okay. Oh, that's enough. All right, let's start some curls. Whew. Actually, yeah, let's start curls right here. Let's start biceps with basically the exact same approach as tris. The same machine too. So triceps were the same weight also, but slow squeezing. Well, I guess triceps were slow squeezing extensions. This will be slow squeezing curls. So as much as I think there's a lot of value in making a set hard by physically moving a lot of weight, which honestly gains wise, I think you've got lots of freaking, reap there too, because obviously you're gonna kind of increase your strength. Like, let's be real, you're not gonna get stronger, or my biceps would get no stronger if every time I came into the gym I did 20-pound sets of curls. I mean, maybe to an extent, but nothing like just doing some heavy sets. But as a starter, dude, light squeezing sets are sweet. It kind of primes me for, whatever's to come next. But let's get real here. And in terms of a bicep bias cue I'm thinking about, I'm trying to turn my palms all the way up, almost like up and out. Like I want my pinkies to be the highest part of my hands. Because, your forearm or your bicep curling action, it's not just bicep, right? If I was like this, I would get a ton of forearms. So what's the opposite? Completely turning over your hand, so your forearms don't have much to really, play into the movement. But let's go nuts. All right, come on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay.
Easy. I don't think I've ever seen him on this machine before. Odell was on it. He was three. He's got like three now. Come on, Sam. Easy. Come on, Sam.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Oh, let's do that.
My turn.
Yeah, you go. Oh, holy shit.
Okay, that hurts.
And I'll just do a plate next time. Yeah, that was good.
You took me to my shit cramped up. Next time you gotta do it like that.
Well, you're going too light.
Hurt your forearms if you go like.
All right. One more with a superset. So I'll do regular preachers till just about failure. Stand up, turn around, and then just do easy bar curls with a little swing. Not too much, but a little's okay. Actually, there we go. No, okay. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. Holy, I think that might be it. I mean, 1 second to the side, but let's just say I'm pumped. All right. Oh, goodness. A pose down was not convenient tonight, less than fortunately for me. The 3 yoga rooms, which usually have at least some of the better lighting, occupied. And it'd be kind of weird to say, hey, can you get your Zumba class out of here? I want to see what my arms look like fully pumped up. You know, that might be a little much. And the gym itself was kind of, it was jumping in there. Not that I'm complaining, frankly, the energy was freaking sweet. But, you know, I mean, asking to work in, if you're actually going to do a real set, you're good. Asking to work in because you want the mirror space to pose, it's a little bit too, that's a little wild, right? You know, I guess it depends on how well you know the guy. But either way, that was definitely a good arm day. A bit more tricep heavy, but yeah, those rope extensions, or those crossbody cable extensions that I started with, yeah, those were freaking sweet. I was just talking to somebody about how my tricep training has evolved. Because, I mean, if you look at an arm day, you know, 1.5, 2 years ago versus now, the tricep portion, incredibly different. Because in my mind, you know, I'd be doing super heavy pushdowns, super heavy dips, you know, not much light squeezing stuff at all, tricep-wise. And my range of motion was pretty dang scrappy, you know. I mean, I'm talking like not even 90 degrees on pushdowns because I had like, you know, 3 plates on the side of the stack, which, I mean, it was definitely stimulating my triceps in some type of way, right? They had a lot of tension. They were physically moving a lot of weight around, but I wouldn't feel my, you know, my long head of the tricep as much, which is something I'm kind of trying to prioritize now a bit more because honestly, I mean, that's the real beef of your freaking triceps, right? This sort of big chunk underneath, right? Like if you reach out like this, everything on the bottom side, that's all kind of long head, right? The bigger side of the, you know, kind of the horseshoe of your tricep. So every time I do those overhead extensions with the cable or those rope extensions where I really get to like a very deep stretch at the top, or really the only reason I can't even go any higher is because my arm just doesn't physically bend anymore. That's what I'm aiming for, right? Because, I mean, without it, it's like you're missing a portion, you know? I did the same thing on leg extensions. You know, I used to only bounce around like that top quarter. I'd have a lot of weight, but, I mean, yeah. I was definitely missed out on some of the stretch. On some of the stretch with those two. But, yeah, I think arms are more than well equipped now with the training to break the 21-inch pumped mark towards the end of this bulk, probably around September or so. I don't think October, probably around September-ish will be the end. So right now is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, another 5-ish more months. That should be about right. That'll be more than enough time to put on, well, I mean, really just as much muscle as I can. But body weight wise, I mean, I walked into the gym today at 266, but, you know, that was with some meals already passed through me, your real actual kind of like measurable weight that makes at least some reasonable sense to track is going to be in the morning before you've eaten anything, because that's kind of the most consistent. So really, I probably woke up at like 263 or so. But yeah, for this off season, I'm going to take it a bit slower and steadier with a more consistent food intake. Now what I mean by that is, yesterday was probably my most bodybuilder-ish day to date, because every meal was just like rice and ground beef, or rice and tuna, or rice and eggs, just pretty plain and kind of consistent like that. But the more of the like just rice and oatmeal and kind of potatoes that I can eat, at least as a carb source, the better. It just goes through me easier, like because I'm one to say you can have some treats, especially in an off season, but there is a point when you're overdoing it, and it kind of I think you've got more leeway as a beginner lifter, because you're still kind of fresh, you're still utilizing the calories appropriately, and frankly, you don't have to eat that much food. You don't have to eat 5,000 calories. I'm not even eating 5,000 right now. I'm eating like 3.5. Yeah, just about 3.5 so far, and I'm still slowly gaining some weight back. But you don't have to eat 5,000 calories of just treats and ice cream and junk. So if you're only eating like 2,000 or 3,000 or so, and 1,000 of those grams of carbs, or 1,000 of those calories of carbs are like, on the sweeter side of things, simpler sugars, it's not going to wreck you, But what I'm trying to get at is there's a certain level of moderation where you can have some treats. But especially now that I'm eating this much food and having this many calories go through me every day, having them be more simple, just easily digestible foods, it's just more important. So that's one way that my dieting is kind of evolved. So I'm sure the next full day of eating won't be so egregious as ones prior, right? Pretty damn basic. And honestly, I feel like that's a little bit of a deterrent to anybody for when they really want to kind of lock into it, because they think of dieting, oh well, really, chicken and rice and broccoli 8 times a day, because that's kind of all we've ever sort of heard. But shit, man, it does help to have at least easily preppable meals ready to go at least a semi-moment's notice, right? Because if it takes you too long to make some food, how long are you actually going to spend making it, rather than thinking, screw it, But now I can tell I'm just freaking rambling. I was in there for a while talking. And now, oh my gosh, I am going to go to bed freaking early. I can almost guarantee it. So, post-workout meal, undecided. I'm sure it'll be ground beef as the protein source, and then some kind of carb, either potatoes or just the minute rice, the white fluffy variety. It's just kind of the easiest, right? Put it in a bowl, a certain amount of water, kind of, it's not a science. Like, I don't measure out this many grams of rice and this many grams of water. I just kind of add it to where I feel like it's about right. And then 5 minutes in the microwave, and it usually comes out just about al dente. So that mixed with the ground beef, mixed with like some kind of barbecue sauce or something, all kind of slapped up together, so it's moist. I don't feel like I'm just chewing on dry food. Shit, man, it just goes down like nothing, right? So that's kind of my top priority with a lot of these meals, is ones where I don't sit on it for a while, right? Because if you're eating like let's say it's even a moderately sized like 600 calorie meal, right? That's your thing. If you're sitting there eating it for more than like 5 minutes, it's gonna start adding up, So that's if I've got one tip for somebody who's curious, like, what's the best food to eat when I'm bulking, right? What's the kicker? It's just whatever you can eat kind of quick. Let's say if you've got a bowl of oatmeal and it just doesn't hit it for you, and you're just kind of scratching at it, you don't really, look, man, maybe try something else. Get some damn cream of wheat with some frozen blueberries and brown sugar. Frankly, even me just saying that, I think that's what I want to make breakfast for tomorrow. So I guess I probably won't see you for that, but we'll see. But tomorrow is more of a chill leg day. Hamstrings, adductors, calves. Saving quads for the next one, because I'm kind of doing an on and off of heavy quads, heavier hamstrings, And then, well, back to chest, back to back, back to arms, back to legs, and the loop will repeat for the next 5 or so months. So I think that's enough chatting there. I can tell I need to get some food in my system ASAP. So I will see you for, yeah, see you for some hamstrings tomorrow.